So today we are beginning part 3 of drawing my grandma picking cherries and hopefully finishing, because today we are very close to the deadline for turning it in, so we have to finish everything. Here's all the things we have to do. So I'm gonna start with something like the leaves on the tree, because the face and the skin scares me a little bit, and I'm not really sure of exactly how I'm planning to do it yet. So while I think about that, I'm going to be painting the leaves. For this, I busted out my good old watercolor set. For the leaves, I'm simply starting with a nice dark green shade and a thin brush to apply it roughly in leafy shapes. This watercolor set really has mostly the main primary colors, and personally I think this is the best kind of paint because you can also hone your skills in color mixing. So here's a quick lesson on how to mix correct shades. For those who don't know, this is a color wheel. It includes primary, secondary, and tertiary colors. Primary are the base colors. You can't make them by mixing other colors. It includes red, blue, and yellow. Secondary colors are made by mixing two primary colors like purple, green, and orange, which sit between the primary ones on the color wheel. Tertiary colors are made by mixing a primary and nearby secondary color like red, orange, or yellow, green, filling in the gaps even more. Colors that are considered to be warm include red, orange, and yellow, and colors that are considered to be cool include blue, green, and purple. Here is some simple color harmony. Complementary colors are opposite of one another on the color wheel, and analogous are next to each other. If your color is too bright, you can add a little bit of its complementary color to dull it down. Now, some colors have darker values than others. Think if you made the same color wheel but black and white. Some of them are much darker. When mixing colors, it is a good idea to have less of the darker color, because it can overpower the lighter one. For example, when mixing green with blue and yellow, add a small bit of blue first compared to yellow. To change a color's temperature, you can add small amounts of red for warm and blue for cold. Now that the leaves and foliage are finished and look nice, I have to move on to the skin. I did make a mistake in the very beginning here though, and used paint pens which had a plastic afterfeel, which caused watercolors and pencils to just slip off of it. I did my best to scrape it off and even use sandpaper to file it down, but it didn't go too far since it never touched the paper. Since it was still plasticky, I had to mix gesso with baking soda and cornstarch to make a kind of thick white painting paste that was scratchy and porous, so that I could then smooth that over all of the areas that had skin showing. Then I mixed together watercolors and painted the face over the clean slate. After that, I used the watercolors to readjust the tone of the drawing from this to this. Here's me on my way to deliver it.